I love this thing. They're like, Tsundere A2 is like, leave me alone! Don't heal me! She's so adorable, I love her. You know A2 is my favorite character. Look at my stick here, man. My stick art, right? Look at that. We got that A2 up in the corner. Demo! Yeah, this is beautiful, man. Yeah, this is what I'm trying to be a friend there. She's like, no, leave me alone. Tsundere A2 is like, huh? I don't need friendship. Now this robot's like, oh, this will heal you. No, you have better side. Yeah, it's like, oh, I will burn his leaves on you. It's gonna be great. Yeah, it's like, what? Yeah, he got medicine, oil medicine. He's like, I don't want your friendship. No! Save me! Save me from the friendship! Oh, this is cute though. Oh, I want it! It's safe for you. No! It's like Pascal here, but this is beautiful. They're killing me with friendship! So much friendship! Yeah, it's like, no! Stupid friendship robot. But anyway, it's a sad because now she will be a friend of them all, and it's gonna be super sad, you know. It's gonna be freaking paid, man. So, Popola and Devola. So hello everyone, in this video here, guys, I will explain a lot about these two sisters, okay? They're very important characters in the first Nier game. They do appear in a similar way, like in the anime, right? In this camp here, but it's not explained whatsoever. And I mean, even for a gamer, okay? If you only played Automata, which most people has only played Automata, right? You won't know anything that I will mention later after the reaction part, because there's a lot of things. This character are basically the main two characters, right? They are of importance in the first game, actually. So I'll talk about that, and I'll also explain to you like my theories, my hopes that I have, that I hope. So Popola and Devola are two very important characters. This video here, guys, I'm gonna break down how they are different, right, from anime and gaming, but also just really explain them in the original game, because these two characters are not explained whatsoever in the actual Automata game, but they are the two like most important supportive characters of the first game. So I'm gonna explain all of that, and I'll also talk about some of my theories and like how I hope the anime is gonna change a little bit, how the anime hopefully will add some stuff that I wanna see, right? And generally like what I think is gonna happen with them in the anime, because I do think the anime will give them more screen time, and we see it already this episode, right? So it's probably gonna happen. But I hope you guys like the bit. I think it's very important actually to understand if there's anything you should know from the first game, have you not played it, is these two characters, okay? Because they're basically just kind of like cameos in the second game, yeah. But they're very important for the first game, and they're important for the whole main story. But anyway, also I have to say here that unfortunately at Bitto, for some reason my microphone went crazy when I recorded after commercial break. I don't know why. So it still works fine, but the volume is like twice as high as my voice normally is. So it's like super high, so comparably. So you have to use volume warning the review part. You have to use lower your volume, but it's fine. I mean, it's a little bit, but it's a little bit annoying. And I just felt that I spent like 20 minutes explaining everything about them, right? And I felt like, oh, I'm sorry, but I felt like whatever. I'm like, this is a good stuff. I got all it out there. I don't want to re-say it, honestly. Hope you see, guys, like the video, subscribe anyway. Oh, and of course, lastly, unfortunately, there is no slime today. It's no Macadamia tomorrow, so alright. The Olympics are, delaying a lot of animes, right? So no Rimare today, used like 2 weeks ago, fortunately. But anyway, let's check out the rest part, and I hope you guys stay for the review part, or you skip the review part if you want to learn about these characters. But again, I think it's interesting, right? I think actually most people that haven't actually played the first game will actually find this thing the most interesting, because again, the Automata also never explains these two characters actually, and I don't think the anime will either, you know what I mean, in that sense. But anyway, let's go. Here we go. So A2 now, main character, right? My girl, so I have her here with my other girl. Okay, look at that. Look at that. Oh, look at that. A2, Kaine, beautiful. Yeah. But yeah, it's Pascal-chan. Of course, voiced by Minaide. He's voiced by Yuki. Yeah. Who are you, monster? Yeah. So she doesn't know yet that these are, pacifistic robots. Yeah, extremely pacifist robots. No, I think we're gonna follow A2 probably for the most of the anime now. 9S will be back to him later, but if it's gonna make sense, I think that he's gonna be the antagonist, right? To some extent. So I don't think we're gonna jump back to him because he's losing his mind now. So we probably won't follow him anymore until the end of the anime. Yeah. What do you want, stupid droid? Yeah, it's like shut up. Come on, I'm yours now. Yeah, you're the new 2B. Let me follow you. It's like, no, give me. It's like, I don't want you. Oh yeah. But the last episode was very interesting, right? We saw her backstory. They went into much more extended of her life, right? And yeah, we saw how she turned into this cold killer. Yeah, you know, she's all like, he knows everything now. He's like, you're A2. But then we're gonna probably see her doing the quest now. Yeah, now she's gonna remember that 2B gave her yeah, please save the future or something. Yeah, A2-chan. She's all of A2. Her and Kaine, man. She's based on Kaine, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's classic, like, yeah. I'm gonna say the plan. Yeah. Idiot girl. Yeah, classic, like, stupid girl, yeah. Oh, the tower's there. So this is according to the end game of the anime. Spoilers. No, the tower is very important, right? This is what the racing, right, to space or whatever, yeah. Yeah, do whatever you want. Opening. So the tower now, this is something that I think the game actually done very well, right? I think the game actually does this very well because the game keeps like transforming the environment. That's something I think that people don't actually talk enough about when it comes to Nier, right? Is how actually, yeah, if you look at here and so on, right? You see the tower now, which is the opening and so on. But honestly, I think people give much credit, actually, in that sense, to Nier Automata, the actual game. It does keep adding and changing the environment, right? So you have this like port city that gets destroyed. Spoilers, I always spoil whatever. They get destroyed, so you can't go there anymore. They have this big open area in the middle. Then later on you get the tower, right? First you get the crater there, and then you can jump into the crater, or they get into the tunnel to the Vox city, and then later on the tower rises from the crater and so on. So they keep like adding stuff, right? Removing a bridge or whatever, and here you have towers and so on. Yeah. So I think that's really good actually in the anime, and something people don't. Sorry, in the game, I mean. People don't actually give credit enough for the game. That has like a very like changing environment all the time. It's almost like almost every chapter adds or removes something in the open world, so to speak, right, you know. Which actually is something that very rarely happens in other games. Yeah, in other games it's more like, you know, you have zone A, zone B, zone C, zone D, right, and then you enter the next zone. But this game actually has like, no, you're actually adding stuff onto it, which I think is something that again people tend to actually overlook, I think, in these games. The brilliance of the game, right? Yeah, and I also think it's great that they actually have the guts to, you know, like actually remove places, right? They actually like remove areas permanently from you. Here we go. Another like starting. Maybe it's 9S. Okay, so you're all gonna go 9S too. Okay, saved by the twins. Oh my god, the twins got a fan service characters. So the twins, of course, are much more important, right, in the Replicant. In this game, honestly, they don't do much in Automata, I would say. They just kind of work there at the city, right? But of course, the two... in the Replicant, they're basically the mayor. One of them is the mayor, the other one is the bard, kind of and of course, it's turned out more later on, they're more important than that, but yeah. So they're very different in the but I hope they have more screen time here in the anime then. They don't even know her name, Popola and Devola, yeah, but hopefully the anime is gonna give them much more screen time here than the game ever did. They're basically kind of like fan service character, and then the end they have a cool scene, but yeah, there's so much more. Replicant, they're like two of the most important characters. But there they are, yeah, the twins. But of course, a much more important thing if you play the first game, you play Nier, you're like, wow, it's the evil twins. Yeah, like, whoa, yeah, they're like, oh my god, the twins. I love this soundtrack though. It's one of my favorite soundtracks from the game. Yeah. To be! Yeah, he's like, revenge! 9S is like, you work, she killed my waifu! So he's almost waking up here in the... Yeah, so in this part of the game, like I said earlier, now A2 is basically gonna learn, you know, about the peaceful robots, right? Nani? And I think the important I said here too is that A2, right? Again, she's even colder and harder than 2B, right? She's a killer, you know? So she hates everyone, right? And now she's gonna have to befriend Pascal here. She's like, shut up, robots! I kill you all! Yeah, so, you know, for her it's much more like, I don't wanna be your friends! You know? It's very Tsundere over it, right? You know, opposite saw last episode, so all her friends died, right? Yeah. So, for her it's much harder to kinda, you know, befriend these robots, right? If you play the game, I think it's even more clear that for 9S and for 2B, right, it's much easier, of course, to become friends with these robots. Because again, they don't have that hateful. No, A2 is like kill everyone. She's like genocide time. Yeah, stupid robots. Yeah. Oh, the sisters. There's a quest in the game. Yeah, classic. Yeah, there are several quests. Yeah, the sisters there. We should have her find their little sisters or one. Yeah, that's more than one quest line in the game. That's classic with the blue and pink ribbon there. Yeah. I said, shut up, robot! I'm not your friend! Man, A2 is so Tsundere, man. Yeah, she's like, I hate everyone! He goes around, don't follow me! Yeah, don't follow me! Oh, I love it. The wrath of A2, man, yeah. Huh? Yeah, come on, I love it. This is awesome, man. But she really is like Kaine, you know. She's a sailor's mouth, yeah, she's sweet all the time. Oh, but this is good, man. She goes around there, she's super angry, yeah. Don't you follow, I told you I don't want to be your friend. It's great, it's Tsundere A2, man, it's awesome, yeah. Stop being my friend, yeah, I don't need friendship. It's a lot of good ass lines, so you got assets in her too. Yeah, we got a lot of like A2 assets lines. Oh, she's having bad memories. And it collapses. Oh, they're gonna save her. The little robots are gonna help her again. Let's back to 9S, his twins. He's betrayed them. Oh, he left them. But like I said, I hope they have much more screen time. Because what they do in the end of the game doesn't make much sense. Honestly, it's very fan-servicey. You guys that play the game know what I'm talking about. The end of the twins is very fan-servicey. Suddenly they just like, oh, I'm gonna, yeah, it's, I want to spoil here, but they're basically like, whoa! You're like, why are you doing this thing? Oh, I love this thing. They're like, Tsundere A2 is like, leave me alone! Don't heal me! And she's so adorable. Oh! Save me! Save me from the friendship! Give me friendship! So much friendship! Yeah, it's like, no! Stupid friendship robots! But yeah, I think the anime is doing a good job here of building up that she hates them, but then she will become the friend, right? And yeah, she's all super Tsundere. And then of course that's gonna, you know, lead into much more pain later when, you know, you play the game, you know what's gonna happen. It's like one of the worst scenes in the game, right? Or, I mean, worse as in painful. So, this interaction now, she's like, I don't want to be your friend. Yeah, it's gonna, you know, it's gonna make it even worse later, right? It's a good build up for that. Yeah. I have to say she doesn't sound like her normal at all. No, so Pascal is voiced by Yuki, but this is one of her weirdest voices. She says nothing like she usually does, no Pascal, but I think they are having, her voice is a little bit like, you know, it's a little bit tuned, right? It's an echoing thing. Yeah, it doesn't sound like she nobody does at all. I think she has a very different voice than her. No. But yeah, but Pascal is all like friendship. Yeah, so everyone die. Well, actually, kind of are the same, you know. They lost their family. Yeah, Pascal and A2 is like, everyone kill all my family members, so. Yeah, I don't have friends anymore. They're all dead. Yeah, you could never understand me. Yeah. Man, it's gonna be so painful, man. It's all this build up for her. All this build up for them like, becoming her friend. She's blushing here in the bed. Oh, this is not what I did. Because this episode is goddamn adorable. This episode is goddamn painfully adorable. A2 is like, oh, I love you. Stop being my best friend. she's calling over there. Whatever. He's like, no, I will be your friend. It's like, no, I don't want to be your friend. Stop listening to me. Stop listening to me. So yeah, so friendship of robots. Roboto friendship. And I was like the little car. Now they're driving around in a little friendship cart. He looks so angry. Shut up! This is awesome. A2 is like, F you! Stop being my friends! Yeah, they're like, they're playing pieces or yeah. This episode is great of forcing her to be friendship, but yeah. This is power, friendship, you know, power of friendship, yeah, all the robots are playing on the, oh yeah, they listen to the little music player and so on. They're having dates and so on, yeah, the sisters, and now she's like, falling in love with these cute robots, yeah, now she's like, damn it, I like them, yeah, now she's like, damn it, these robots are so cute, now she's like falling in love with all the robots here, she's like, ah! But I love they giving her a friendship cart. Driving around like a wheelchair. Yeah, driving around like this one is. It's basically like a wheelchair, yeah. Let's be honest here. It's like a wheelchair cart. Man, it's gonna be really sad later in the next pivoted people. This anime wants you to feel pain, man. This anime wants you to feel pain. Yeah, it's gonna be terrible later on when we get the. It's 9S now? Yeah, I have no family! Yeah, now she's like, I have no family! Yeah, God damn it, A2. Stop scaring the poor robot babies! Yeah, stop scaring the poor robots. She's just angry all the time. Shut up! Stop trying! This is sad! This is forced. No, I'm just kidding! Forcing her to be friendshipy. Tanoshi, yeah, Tanoshi, I love it. Yeah, Psycho. Psycho, yeah. I love you guys. Oh my god, this is adorable. They're all forcing her to be nice to them. They're all crying. Oh, she's so mean to us. But okay, fine, I like you guys, yeah. This is the most Tsundere episode of anime of all time, man. Yeah, she's being forced to love these robots. Oh, what the timer said? No! Oh no, the timer. What did it stop for? Ugh. Oh, whatever, the timer is gone then. Whatever, sorry about that. Whatever. I thought I started it again after the commercial break. Oh, whatever. Oh no, they're playing some more sad song. I mean, I know what's gonna happen! So this is just pain, man, because I know what's gonna happen. Yeah, Kaisoko! I know what's gonna happen here with family! I know what's gonna happen here with the family, so. Onee-chan! Yeah! I'm gonna go back to that scene. Onee-chan! Yeah, A2 is like, I want family! Nakama? Family? Kaisoko? Onee-chan! Yeah! No, I want Onee-chan! 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 Yeah, they're like, oh, Onee-chan! Onee-chan! This is good. They get the Tsundere all the time. I love you, Onee-chan! Onee-chan! She's just trying not to be friends with them. It's like, leave me alone! Yeah. She's trying to like not be friends with anyone. Now she just meet her sister though, so. She's alive though, Lily-chan. As we know, of course, an anime only character, yeah. But I love this scene. This is so good, man. Like, they're forcing A2 to be Onee-chan. Onee-chan! Like, no! I don't want a family! Because, of course, we know all her family died, right? So, this is an amazing Tsundere episode. This is the best Tsundere episode this year. Honestly, I didn't think that Nier Automata had come out. Which is an amazing Tsundere scene. Yeah, the whole episode has been amazing. Just A2 constantly being forced to love this weird robots, right? And I have played the game. I know how much an incredible trad I think it's gonna be later on, right? This episode here is really good at destroying your heart because, yeah, the continuation is gonna be really insanely bad next episode probably. So it's like she's finally accepting, she finally gets a family again, and you know then shit will happen. So yeah, it's really really painful. What a terribly good episode. Okay, so we're back to 9S. Start exploring a bit. Yeah, so bury some people here. Of course, there's like the Lily, the lunatic thing. It's the, you know, Sister Johanna. Well, it's the guard you have in the game. Yeah, I mean, obviously the white flowers are very neat thing. But I think that the white flower is hard to explain without having played the first game, because the white flower isn't really a thing in Replicant, really. It's just constantly like motif, right? But in the original game, in the first game, it's both the flower that, of course, Kaine has, right? You know, Kaine has a flower from her grandmother, and it's also the flowers that cure your sister, right? So the flower is such a more... Yeah, this flower means a lot more, I think, for like a Replicant or the first Nier Brother game. So let's talk about it now here, but I'm talking about the review part, but I want to go here directly, right? So the flower, again, is very important in the Nier games, but like I keep saying, right, I think this is something that I think will be very hard to grasp for an only Nier. If anything, this flower bit is probably the hardest thing to grasp, honestly, as an Ami only, right? Because even in Automata, the game, this flower isn't really explained, right? You have the whole Emilio's garden underneath the thing, and you have the flowers in the opening and so on. So you have an all this flower bit. But again, even Automata doesn't explain the flower, because the flower, the point of the flower is that basically it's gonna cure your sister, right? So you play the original Nier, the first Nier game, you're playing as Brother Nier, his sister Johanna, or sister Nier then, can only be cured by this thing called the lunar tree. The lunar flower is called the white flower and so on, right? So that's what the flower suits. And also then, of course, Kaine then, right, the main female character in that game, she also has the same flower, and she was given it by her grandmother. She's always living on the outskirts with her grandma and so on. And, of course, even further back, in Drakengard 3, Zero, the original kind of like a Nier white-haired girl, she had the flower in her eye. The flower gave her the power to heal everyone, kind of put her powers. And again, her powers is basically the basic of the red girl and so on, right? So that's kind of where the flower comes from. But honestly, in Automata, nothing is ever explained. The flower is used as a motive. The flower is a symbol that they keep using all the time in Automata, also here in the anime, right? But like even in that game, it's never explained. It's only explained in 2 previous games. Yeah, it's also kind of weird in Automata too. The Automata just assumes that you have played the 2 previous games, because again, they never explain it whatsoever. They're like, yeah, whatever. This is just like, of course you played all the previous games, right? And also the DLC and so on. Yeah, whatever. Let's go with it. But yeah, it starts with Zero, the Sinden, with the first flower. Her eyes is like a flower too. My favorite soundtrack. Do, yeah, more on the twins. Do, 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 do. I really love the soundtrack. I mean, soundtrack was of course a winner. Soundtrack won award that year for the best soundtrack. That she's like, you got some nice change your image. What is this scene? Yeah, you certainly turned hot. What is? And some beauty scene. She's like, yeah, your boobs are nice. No, come on, what was that scene? She was like, some nice oppas there. Come on, Lily. What is that scene, man? She's like, yeah, you clearly... What? Obviously, A2 doesn't have, you know, her like, skin is broken off, right? That's why it's black, but yeah. I'm not gonna talk about, of course, her captain and the one that died and so on. Yeah, so all this is anime only, right? This is, I mean, her whole character is anime only. Do take off all the chorus. Do 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 do. But yeah, all of this, of course, all of this is purely anime only, right? This cat doesn't even exist in the game and so on. Yeah, but of course this village here, this is the quest village. I mean, the game has like two villages basically. This and the Pascal's village, are the two main quest hubs. But you still have quests in the game in all places too, like on the towers and. Yeah, I was a kid. This is very Tsundere episode. Stop acting like I'm a kid. This is full on Tsundere, man. The greatest Tsundere episode ever. Yeah, A2 being a Tsundere. Yeah, or you turn into a good girl. Oh, that guy, he's out there running. But yeah, now he's going crazy. He's just running around and being. He's running around getting more and more insane, right? But that's what I mean. I don't think we're gonna follow him that much. That would make less sense. Because he's gonna lose his mind more and more. And I think we'll see him turn crazy. And I think with A2 will be the one. I think we'll see even her protected probably most. Yeah, that was crying here. But I mean, yeah, like. He's obviously gonna go more and more insane with every episode, so. Here we go. I'm gonna kill them all! Here we go! Revenge! I'm sorry, but this is a classic revenge! Yes, this is what I mean. This is what I'm calling. He's like, Koros! Yeah, Setai Koros, everyone! Yeah, childhood end. This is what I mean. It's like turn insane, right? Yeah. Okay, let's talk about difference from anime, manga, and so on, right? First of all, I mentioned the white tear, the white flower earlier, right? So big. Again, not actually that different from the game, right? That's what I mentioned earlier, because now it's more like it's very important to understand the context of that. Him trying to give Nanes the flower. He's like, screw you, and so on, right? Because the flower is so important in the backstory, right, of the first two games, but it doesn't really. Again, it actually isn't displayed in the game, in Nier Automata either, so whatever, I guess. But, first of all then, the game has two different villages, two hubs, right? As I mentioned earlier. And basically, like in most games, right, you have a city or whatever, it has all the quests, right? So in the game you have Pascal's village, and you have the kind of the resistant village that Popola and Devola come to later. The twins are running, right? So, in the game, I think as a gamer, I also play the game in the anime now, you obviously recognize a lot of these characters, right? You recognize obviously the sisters, and Pascal is on the course, but also generally how they're behaving towards you, or ask you to pick up maybe these flowers or whatever, or this like grass or so a lot of the things for mentioned episode here are basically like quest or similar to quest, right? That these people are giving you in the actual game. So it's very similar to that, right? It's very, very similar. And so there's a lot of nice, like, smaller references to the game and the game's quest line, right? That being said, but immediately I think about it. In the game, almost everything with Pascal now is all optional. Yeah, honestly, yeah, it is. I mean, sure, there's like a main quest going there and befriending them. And then you do basically the Pascal quest, their main story, right? And then later on with A2, she also befriends them and so on, right? But everything else, like the sisters and so on, all of the befriending the tiny robots, that's all optional. So, I mean, it's putting it out there. So it definitely is, if you really want to learn all about the robots, it's like another 20 hours of gameplay basically in the game to do all the side quests and so on, right? And the robots are probably, I think the Pascal really has the most quests in the game. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's more than half the quests in the game are in that village. As a side note, there are some other quests, of course, or in some other areas that you can find. No, I saw the two main places, but most of the quests are actually in these places, right? But anyway, one thing that's did really well here, and this will be a massive spoiler, so I won't go into it too much here. I don't want to spoil for you guys, but I think what the anime does here really well, right? As I mentioned earlier, of course, next part is that if you play the game, you know that everything is going to shit, right? I'm not gonna say what, but you obviously know that the game has like a very tragic thing. I mean, like I said, it's hard not to spoil about it, but the game is a very tragic game, generally speaking, right? It's very much about suffering and so on. So I think what the anime did here, different from the game, is that it humanized the robots even more, right? So it's gonna make it even worse if anything happens to them. Yeah, it's even more sad now if A2 has to kill them or something. Yeah, if A2 is like, I will kill. Yeah, it makes it even worse, right? But I like the special edition of the cart, kind of the wheelchair. That was great because in the game it's basically like, oh, they heal you or whatever, there's a quest or whatever. Yeah, it's more like that, right? But there's no scenes of them simply like driving around A2 in a cart or something. That's part of the game and so on. So that was like a nice addition to giving her more like a helpless state, right? They are like, yeah, you're a sister now. So it felt even more like familiar, right? And obviously, thanks to the anime now having a much more detailed backstory of A2, right? Which the game didn't have at all. The game only had like references to her in like reading text and so on. I wasn't really explaining what happened to her, how she turned to her like cold killer personality, so to speak. Now, of course, this episode here coming after we saw all of her sisters and her friends dying and so on, right? It also makes more sense why she's like, no, I want to be your friend. Screw you, whatever. Yeah, and then they have to like break her down to like friendship. Like, no, I want friends. Yeah, so that was like that made more sense in the game. The game almost does it worse, right? Because in the game, she acts, obviously, her personality is basically the same, right? But in the video game, you don't know her sad backstory. You kind of have some idea, like I said, but you don't actually know it. So, obviously, in the game, it's kind of like, you kind of assume that she's, against friendship because of losing her Yora sisters or something, but you don't really know, right? So it's like kind of like, why is she so angry for? It's probably because this reason, but you do learn more about it later, though. So I think the anime here does it better because you basically will learn more about her and her backstory later in the game when you meet like Hagen a little bit, some other side stuff. You can find stuff that gives you like info data about characters. So yeah, the anime here does it better, I would say, to actually present why she doesn't want to have a family and friend, right? And why she's like angry when they're calling her sister or whatever, right? So a very good sundering of this anime. That being said, though, that's something that the anime in general, I would say, right? The anime here is much more like directly, directly showing you stuff. And that is something, for example, I guess you compare it to like Elden Ring, perhaps. Good comparison, I would say. In Elden Ring, have it from here. Yeah. So power is standing on my Elden Ring copy. Yeah. In Elden Ring, even more so, right? It's very cryptic. You have to go in and enter the menu. You have to read the menu to like learn about. You find a weapon, and that weapon tells you the backstory, the boss or whatever, right? Or there's Marika Braid, and you read about Marika, you learn about the shamans or the Numens, and like in that game you have to like go into the menu of everything, right? And to learn the actual backstory. Nier is not like that. It's less like cryptic in the way how it works in UI, but it is still very similar. You have to like find these log files, right? Find these books or whatever, find these reports. You will later find a library for the first game. You find a corporate library, which then one of the sisters runs, I come back to here, and so on. And then we learn, about A2's backstory and so on, right, in that. So it's much more like, you have to find it first of all, and then you have to go in and read, in the menus, and to read her backstory in the report, like it's a report and so on, yeah. So it's not cryptic, but but basically, all her backstory, maybe not all, but like 20% perhaps isn't, but 80% then is hidden in this, you have to hidden in rather in the game, right? So the anime obviously is very different because the anime just tells you here's the backstory, right? Yeah. The anime is like, bam, here's the backstory. In a video game, it is very different. You have to go out actively looking for it. Then when you find it, you have to also kind of go in and read about it. So it's a very different feeling, right? The anime just kind of throws you in your face. But like I said, I think the anime is better here. At least in these two episodes, right? Because now in the anime, like I said, we're coming from the super sad backstory into her not wanting to be friends and family, right? Her trying to be a loner, right? Her trying to be like a lone wolf. Where in the game then, she's trying to be a lone wolf, and then you kind of learn later why she's trying to be a lone wolf during her being a lone wolf. So it's not really the same thing. I think the anime does it better, yeah, coming in. It's a better order of events, perhaps. Now we got some foxy sisters here, right? Devola Popola. Note they have the white lunatic in the ears, right? So they have that just like, Kaine has and Yohna has. Again, that white lily thing is a very classic motif, right? For the character Nier. Zero had her eye was like a white eye, so that's kind of where it comes from. But anyway, so those two are there, right? Now, they have a little more screen time here and talk and so on. But I still hope that the anime gives some actual more content, right? this is still kind of how it is in the game, where it doesn't really explain anything about them. So basically, in Automata, they are running the village, right? So it's more video, obviously they're running this village, okay, whatever, and they give you quests, right? But in the first game, the first Nier game, one of them is the mayor of Nier's village, right? Where everyone kind of lives. It's a huge village. She's basically like the queen of the country, basically, in a sense, because you say village, but it's like the biggest city in the game, right? So it's basically the queen, right? And they're running the other areas, roughly speaking, arguably. They also have the sand people, those king over there, but she's running like her country, basically, right? And her sister is like the bard and like the popular idol girl, something. So but they're basically running the city, right? They're running the city and the village or country, whatever, and so on. And the neighboring areas also kind of controlled by them. So they're basically the queens that are controlling the current society, right? And people are fighting these gestalts and so on. Now, I'm not going to spoil it too much here then, but there'll be another video. But basically, their backstory was much more complicated. And in the end of the game, you will learn their truth, right? So honestly, leave a comment below, guys. I don't know how we can do it here. But I'll give you a big spoilers now then, and I'll give you a big spoiler warning. I will explain it now then, so I'll give you a big spoiler warning. I keep saying it here, but big spoiler warning, so you don't get spoiled for the original game here. But if you don't want to play the original game, I will spoil it now then, because again, and this is what I mean, this is, well, the thing is that, this is what I'm wondering myself, because I don't think this anime will explain what I'm going to say right now, because this is not explained in the game either, right? You have to play the original game and beat that game to get the truth, right? So okay, so big spoilers now then. These two characters are evil, right? They're actually they're actually the main antagonists, basically, of the first game, right? They don't explain to be that, but they're running your country, right? They're the queens, and they're kind of running the city and the neighboring village, whatever, right? But it turns out they're actually working for this like project. They are trying to copy people, and the souls are diverted from the bodies to cure them from the gestalt disease, and they're basically running everything to create these new humans, right? And the reason she give you all the quests, because she's the mayor, I'll give you all the quests sending out in this, the queen's errand, basically, is because she wants to actually, control you, to kind of take over your body and so on. So these are the two main antagonists, actually, of the original game. And they really much are, more than an evil Nier. So the last boss fight are yourself, right? But the second boss fight before that is these two twins. And again, your evil self, he kidnapped his sister or whatever. He doesn't really do much after that, Dark Nier, but these two are the actual active antagonists, right? Because it gives you all the quests, right? And all the quests are to lead you to actually, kill yourself, basically. Yeah, so they're really, really evil, right? In that sense. But of course, they're not evil because they're doing it for the project, but still. And they're also basically the first androids, right? They're basically the technology that turned into the Yoras, right? So the reason they two are alive here as a village is because they've been there, since the past, right? Yeah. These two are not the same two that kind of betrayed you in the first game. They're basically their clones or some other version of them, whatever. They seem to have their memories. They're talking about their issues they had in the past, right? And whatever, but they kind of like the first Yoras, basically, something like that. First android at least. And lastly then, in the game, you will also fight some of the 2B clones in the tower, I believe it is. If you play this, and that's actually the library that they have then, the classic library, one of them where she lives then, where the mayor lives, is a big part of the tower then later, right? And also the tower is a part of the achievement place this well, so a weird area later on in the end of the game, which I bet you the anime will definitely have the library later. The clone library, certainly. Now, what I'm hoping for these two then, right, is of course that they're gonna have much more anime sweet time, basically, because the game doesn't really explain how they actually took over this village, and basically in the game they just come and help you in the end of the game. Because they're like, oh, we have guilt because we tried to kill humanity in the past. Yeah, they're basically coming in like, oh yeah, by the way, we tried to kill humanity like 1,000 years ago, so we feel sorry. Yeah, we're sorry. No, they don't even explain it. They come and help you, and they have this like badass fight. And it's probably in the anime, they probably give them an actual fight, but they probably give them an actual like real hardcore fight. But yeah, they come and save you, and like, Oh yeah, we have like guilt because we were like really bad in the last game. And if you haven't played the first game, right? If you only, and most people, honestly, most people have only played Automata. Haven't played the first game, Yeah, definitely not. So when they got there, they're like, oh, they're okay, thank you. Like you have no understanding of why. They're like, oh, yeah, sorry about almost killing you in the last game. They're like, what, you killed me last game? What, you really? Wait, you tried to hurt me last game? I don't remember that. Like most people, right, had not played the first Nier game when Automata was popular. Not at all. And I played Replicant, right, back in the days, the first game. So yeah, of course, right, because I played I love games, right. So I knew all about that storyline long before, but yeah, I think most people probably never even heard about the first game and so on. I even remember, I wasn't that young, so I even remember the controversy of them changing, Nier to Father Nier. He was like an adult instead of a kid or a teenager. Yeah, in the first Nier game, you're first playing as Brother Nier. He's like, I don't know, 16 or whatever, and then it's a time skip. And then you're like 18 or 19, so you get older or so on, right? But in the European and American version, you're only playing as the adult Nier, like the Father Nier, as you call him. And so whatever. That's not a video, but yeah, they were like, no, it won't sell playing a teenage Bishonen character. We have to make an old ugly dude instead or something. But the one something funny is that when you play the Replicant, the remake of the first Nier game, in that game you can actually turn into Father Nier in the DLC part of it. Like not the DLC for the game, but the old DLC basically. So in the remake you can unlock the 3 DLC weapons from the first game, but they are just part of the remake and whatever, confusing. But if you play that, you become Father Nier. So I was saying, well, it is a cool thing. You enter like a door and become Father Nier. I just love that side note in the game. Yeah, like they turn you into the old, the European version of the game. Basically, that was a nice touch to it. Yeah, completely meta thing, but whatever. So these two are very, very important. Like I said, they're the actual main antagonists, right, of the first game. They much, much more are than the evil Nier, absolutely, because he's evil and whatever, right? But these two, I keep saying, for people have an issue, I think, with what an antagonist is, right? These two are the one, I keep saying, that gives you all the quests, basically, right? Yeah, they have all the quests. She gives you all the, she gives you all the main quests too. Like go there now, kill that guy, and then when you replay Nier Replicant, right, the first game, you will learn that you're the bad guy, right? You have to read it 5 times. And every time you replay it, you're learning that, oh, I'm the bad guy. Those 2 guys over there were actually not even. What did I kill those for, Basically, right? So they are sending you on this mission to, like, take these 5 artifacts, right? And then you learn every time that, oh, actually, then you learn in the second playthrough that, wait, actually, those guys are good guys. So am I the bad guy in the game? Because basically a lot of the part of Nier, right, is learning that you're the bad guy in a lot of ways, right? And these two always knew the truth, yeah. And they keep saying, why do you go and kill that dragon over there? I heard that dragon has an artifact, okay. And then you're like, wait, dragon's a good person? Basically. Of course, it's much more complicated. But in a very basic version of it, yeah, these two sent you to, like, kill the boss. And then, and then you replay the game and you learn that, yeah, the boss actually did sort of die or something. And you're like, wait a minute. Wait a minute, yeah. So they are the absolutely the real antagonist of the first game. And of course in this game then instead they use Canadier as being this like nice city, but it is still similar because they're still running this camp, right, and they're giving you side quests and quests and so on, so they're still doing kind of the same thing. So yeah, they obviously were teasing in the Nier Automata that they were gonna betray you eventually, be like, oh, you did that quest because I'm evil. Yeah, that quest was to have my evil plan. But instead of being evil, they basically, well, oh, actually, I'm good in this game because I'm guilt feeling. Yeah, so that's what I mean. I hope that the anime here is gonna explain why they have changed their behavior, basically, right? Because honestly, I like this character. I like that they're very good characters, right? But I think that it's a massive swap, really, for the first 2 games, right? Where they're acting in a similar way, right? Giving you quest lines, giving you stuff to do, right? Of course, again, in the first game, they were much more actively in that part. But still, to give you quest lines, but, then they use those quest lines to help you in the second game. But in the first game, they just try to kill you. So that was like an evil scheme. Here it's like, oh, actually, we're good guys. Yeah, so, like, I hope the anime is gonna, try to explain or motivate why they have changed or whatever. Or these two are actually their clones. Or, I mean, this is like the version 3 or whatever. So, whatever. But something like that, right? So, long bit about Popola and Devola here, but this to me is the more important part of the anime. I mean, the A2 part was really funny, it was very Tsundere, it was adorable, it was very cute, but like I said, it's about the same really, you know? The A2 bit is just like a better version of the game, right? It makes it more cute, a bit more adorable, but it didn't change the storyline really, no. I know that Pascal also saved her at that moment or whatever, so this changes very, very slightly how she meets Pascal or whatever, but otherwise, the whole Pascal and A2 thing and everyone there, that's just like a, you know, a more emotional bit of that, right? So I can't really say that it was changing it, except to mention that now we know more for backstory, and that's a change. Right? These two here, they don't have interaction, they had way more speech now here in this anime. Yeah, the anime is giving them more screen time, right? So they're coming into what they're actually planning. So I'm hoping that it's gonna be that they have an actual scheme going on and not just being fan service. But they still feel they're very fan service, right? It does feel like Popola and Devola are very fan servicey. Still in this anime too, yeah. But I hope I'm wrong. I hope we're gonna get an actual storyline with them. But anyway, guys, hope you liked the long bit about Popola and Devola. Subscribe and have a great day.